For 7 years, a dog waited at the same train station. What he was waiting for will break your heart. He wasn't a champion, not a show dog, just a mutt named Kuro. But he had something most of us lose far too early in life: unshakable loyalty. They named him Kuro, black in Japanese, for his coat that shimmered like wet stone in the rain. But this isn't a story about color. It's a story about devotion, about love, and about the kind of heartbreak that doesn't make headlines, but destroys souls all the same. Kuro belonged to Daiki, a young man who lived at the edge of town. They were inseparable. Every morning, Daiki would take the 8:12 train to work, and every morning, Kuro would walk him there, trotting beside him down the misty path. At the station, Kuro would sit on a worn wooden bench, eyes fixed on the tracks. And at exactly 6 p.m., when the train returned, there was Kuro, tail wagging, heart hopeful. But one day, Daiki didn't come home. There was an accident, a landslide on the mountain tracks, no survivors. Kuro didn't understand. Dogs don't read newspapers. They don't get phone calls from hospitals. So he waited. That night, and the next, and the next. For 7 years, through freezing rain that soaked his black coat, through blistering summer heat, through typhoons that sent everyone else running for shelter, through fireworks that made other dogs cower, through the seasons that changed everyone else. But Kuro didn't budge. Villagers began to notice the lone figure on the platform. Some brought food, leaving bowls beside the bench. Others tried to coax him home, offering warmth and new beginnings. But Kuro refused to leave that spot. Because to Kuro, leaving meant giving up, and he wasn't willing to do that, even when everyone else did. Psychologists talk about object permanence, the idea that something still exists even when you can't see it. For most dogs, it only lasts a few seconds. But Kuro, he believed longer than most people can endure heartbreak. He waited beyond logic, beyond time, beyond hope. Nietzsche once said, "Hope in reality is the worst of all evils because it prolongs the torments of man." But what if it's also the most beautiful? What if the torment isn't the point? What if faith, even when it seems foolish, is a kind of rebellion, a defiance against a world that tells you to move on too quickly? After 7 years, Kuro collapsed one evening under the same bench. He was old now, thin, tired. But when the sanctuary staff arrived, they said something strange. He wasn't afraid. He didn't resist. He just looked up, wagged his tail once, and let go. There's something in us that dies when we stop believing people will come back, when we give up on forgiveness or loyalty, or even the parts of ourselves that once loved without armor. Kuro didn't die waiting. He lived because he was waiting. And maybe that's what real love looks like. Not convenient, not practical, but deeply, profoundly committed. The world will call you naive for waiting, for hoping, for loving fully, even after you've been broken. But maybe those people have forgotten what it means to be truly loyal, to sit in the rain, for someone who may never come back. Because sometimes the waiting is the love, and that is enough. If Kuro's unwavering loyalty touched your heart, please give this video a like. It helps us share even more stories about the incredible bonds between animals and humans. And if you believe every animal's story deserves to be told, subscribe to Animal Habitat for more tales that explore the depths of love, loss, and the connections that shape our world. What animal story has stayed with you forever? Share it in the comments below. We'd love to hear your story.